Are we going?
Yeah,
okay.
Go for it.
Hi, I'm Amber. This is my van, Emmy Lou. She is a 2006 T1N Sprinter, which is the original make of Sprinter vans, which means that I get great gas mileage and this thing f***ing chugs.
If you're new to the channel, the sole purpose of this channel is to provide DIY knowledge, tips and pointers about travel, and of course vans and van tours and how to live a life sustainably on the road. So consider subscribing. Thank you for watching.
All right, and this is my co-pilot, Coda. We have been in the van for a little bit over a year now, a year and a couple of months. We were living in Minneapolis, Minnesota, which is my home state, and I found the van when I was casually browsing Craigslist. It was actually a carpet cleaning van, so it was way below the value of what it should have been compared to all the other ones. So I found the van, called the guy, flew down a week later to pick up the van, and here we are. We are currently in Bend, Oregon. We spent most of the summer in Montana, checked out Colorado, Washington, now we are in Oregon. And yeah, I built the van out, like I said, I was living in Minneapolis, Minnesota, so I actually built the van out on the side streets of Minneapolis in a month, while I was still working my full-time job. So the initial build was pretty basic. I have just rebuilt it, kind of rebuilt it for the third time now, so I finally have my final touches that I wanted on it initially. Yeah, kind of making it my own. At first I really just made it super basic, because I was like, I don't know how long I'm gonna do this, I don't know if I'm gonna wanna sell it after a few months, so I tried to make it so that it could be for anyone kind of, but now I've definitely put the like personalized touches on it and really made it my own, so yeah, come check it out. All right, this is Coda's den. Don't zoom in on the fur. There's no fur there. I clean my van every day. It's very clean. Up here we have the lovely garden. We have some succulents and some rocks. So pretty much everything up here I have either found or been gifted. So like this is a sweet old saguaro cactus that is hollow and dry. This is a cute little smoky quartz that a 5-year-old boy gave me in Sedona, Arizona. He was living out of a camper with his parents. Pretty sweet. The sweet geode. It's like my little garden slash geology area. This is my captain's hat. Only I can wear this. Nobody else can wear it except Coda. Sometimes he slips it on when I'm not looking. This is where I keep my guitar when we are stagnant because I have nowhere else to keep it because I live in a van. Yeah, so this is really nice. I have a Reflectix that I put in my front when I'm parked. Honestly, when I'm parked anywhere, just because I don't want people seeing inside my van. And then these curtains are also my partition that block off the outside and the inside. And it also helps with heat too. It helps to retain the heat in the back when it's really cold. When I put the Reflectix up, it'll keep all the cold in the cab of the van. So it helps to keep the back a little bit warmer. But still waiting on the diesel heater. That'll be a game changer. I can stand up all the way. I'm the only one who can do it pretty much. And then if we slide over here, this is my kitchen, my sink. It's super basic. I opted to not go with an actual 12 volt sink. I actually went with a USB powered sink. So it basically just has this button on the top that you push, and that is how the water dispenses. Down here, I have 6 gallons of fresh water, and then I just have a gallon gray water bucket that I just empty as I go. I think if I were to do it again, I would change it so that my gray water just goes out the bottom, because nothing that I use would be bad for the environment, and everything could ideally just go out the bottom of the van. This thing's a pain in the ass. I have forgotten to empty it multiple times, and it has sloshed all over my floor, which actually ruined my last floor. This flooring is pretty new. I just redid this summer to fix the old flooring that got waterlogged. Doing it again, I would probably get like a Dometic or some kind of 12 volt fridge, but I was crunched for time. I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't totally comfortable wiring things, so this luckily actually just goes right into my battery, which we'll get to later. But yeah, this is basically just a dorm fridge. What I like about it is that I do have a lot of space so that I can actually stock up on groceries and go like a week and a half without getting groceries. And then it has this little freezer compartment as well, which is pretty sweet. If it's like totally packed, it'll stay frozen, but if there's just a couple things in there, it does not stay that frozen. It's not super great. Yeah, so this is basically just a big piece of really thin tin. I used to have like some peel and stick that I had back there, but anytime I would go on any kind of bumpy road, which is every day of my life, it would all fall and I couldn't get it to actually stick to the cedar, probably because of the finish that I put on it. So I opted to just go for this. I cut it out to fit and then literally just screwed it into place. Spice rack right here. This is where I keep like my coffee stuff, my utensils, cups. This is my frother for making lattes on the road. Cleaning area, I guess. I try to use all reusable bottles for like my hand soap, My dish soap, I just use Dr. Bronner's, and I just use a tiny bit and dilute it with some water. This is a cleaner that I made. It's super simple. It's just water, Dr. Bronner's, and a bunch of essential oils. I reused it from a previous thing that I had. Reduce, reuse, recycle, people. Beeswax for food storage, wrapping it in there. Super nice, super great. Also environmentally friendly. So I actually just put these in probably like a month ago after I've been in the van for almost a year. And it has been a huge game changer. Just like stained them, painted them, put some little knobbies on there. So this is now my my food storage, liquor storage, whatever I need storage. So food, clothes, I have first aid stuff and like climbing gear and outdoor gear back there. The desk is also a new addition. This has been such a game changer. I'm going back to school, so it's really nice to actually have space to be able to like do my schoolwork and not have to just like sit on my bed and hurt my back. But yeah, all I had to do was like sand it, repaint it. I kept some of the original wood here because it was super cool, but the rest of it was like fucked. Up here by the door we have the pepper spray, the headlamp, essentials. Never used pepper spray in my life. I don't even know how to use it, to be honest, but you know, it's there just in case. It's intimidating, right? Resco here is showcasing my toilet. Because it's a toilet, I thought I had to make it prettier, so I added some of my original artwork here. We have a nice little mandala over there, a little Native American woman over here. I'm not gonna actually show you my toilet because you don't need to see that. We have jacket storage. Down here is my battery. It is a Goal Zero. It's the Yeti battery. It's the 1400 kilowatt. So it's a little bit less than 200 amp hours. It's hooked up to, I have 2 solar panels on top, 200 watts. But it's pretty great. The reason I chose this one is kind of what I said earlier. I wasn't totally comfortable with wiring and 12 volts and stuff like that. So this is literally just a plug and play. This is my solar panel, and it literally just plugs right in there. I have 2 AC plugs right here, 2 USB plugs. I have a couple 12 volts that I can plug into, and then I have this like cigarette lighter thing that I can plug into as well. So I have my solar panel plugged in, and then I also have a plug that actually runs to the cigarette lighter of my van, so I can charge it while I'm driving too, which comes in clutch, especially when you're in places like this where it's cloudy and rainy a lot. Yeah, my refrigerator is a huge pull for power, so I feel like I had to get something more than the 200 watts that I have on my roof, and that's kind of why I got the car charger. The fridge pulls about 55 watts when it's running, which is a lot. If I am at 100% and I have no solar, no power, I can probably last like 3 days before I get down to like the 20% range and need to plug in, but everything else pulls so little. I think if I were to get a different fridge, it would completely solve my solar problems, and I could go like weeks without having any solar coming in. But yeah, pretty much the only things I run off of there. The fridge is plugged in right here, my lights plug in, and then my fan up there plugs into it. It's just the I think it's like a 5-speed max air fan. And it's really nice because I can have it open while it's raining, and I can be either pulling in air or push air out of the van. So it's really nice when it's raining, like pulling in that fresh air. Oh, that's his place now. You can stay there, bud. Yeah, Coda. So I just got these tires. These are 16-inch Falcons. They were not my first choice, but there's apparently a shortage on van tires right now, probably because the apocalypse is happening and everyone's trying to buy tires. But yeah, they're all-terrain. So this is my first time in the past year having Ruger! Having all-terrain tires.
This is Coda's best friend.
Welcome to the rear. This is my my nice bike that I have on my van. So this cool little swivel arm thing just pulls out like this. I can twist the bike, get it completely out of the way. And this is my garage. So back here, this is pretty much all of my storage. I've actually lowered my bed about 3 times within the past year. It used to be way up here and I couldn't sit up in my bed, and then I realized the importance of being able to sit up in bed and actually sit on the bed without going like this. So I've definitely lost garage space, but it's forced me to get rid of things that I didn't need in the van, but I just had the space for, so I was like, well, I might as well just keep it. But yeah, back here, it's, yeah, as you can see, there's actually a fair amount of space for how much I've lost in the past year moving it down. Yeah, I pretty much have like extra Coda stuff, hiking stuff, camping stuff, backpacking stuff, games, climbing supplies. I also have my stand-up paddleboard back here. All the essentials, the backpacking pack, all of my tools are in this bin right here. And then I also have a projector back here, which is great for movie nights in the van. I have a white sheet that I just hang on the side of the van and then put the projector on the table. Bada bing, bada boom, movie night. Yeah, ladder right here so I can get up to the roof in case anything's ever wrong with the solar, or if I feel like going up there for a sunset and cocktail. Yeah, a little bit over a year. I bought it in July of last year, finished building it out in like August, hit the road in September. So it's been over a year now that I've been full-time on the road, not just parked in a driveway. I think I've pretty much been to every state in this van. I would say probably west of Minnesota, straight down, cut to Texas, everywhere west of there I've been. So it's been, I'd say at least like 20 states in the van. Most of my time spent in the desert, like Arizona, Utah. I spent some time in Colorado, pretty much spent the summer in Montana, and then we've been here in Oregon for about a month now. But it's getting to the point now where it's getting a little bit chilly, so it's probably time to head south again. That's the cool thing about the van community is that in the summer, everyone kind of like goes off and does their own thing, but in the winter, we all kind of like congregate in the desert and all meet up again. But yeah, Sedona's definitely my favorite place to be in the van. There's like a huge, vast expanse of BLM land there. So there's like miles and miles of land to camp on, and it's absolutely beautiful. I went there last summer, or last fall, I guess. After I left Minnesota, I pretty much shot down there within a couple of weeks. And I got a job at a wine tasting room down there, and I worked there for about 5 months and then got laid off from COVID. So I've been unemployed for about 8 months now, and it's fucking awesome. So there's vortexes there, which I believe are real, and I think they're really cool, but I think there's also kind of a lot of like commercialized spiritualism there, but I definitely think there's rad people there that get it. The place I was working at, they knew I lived in the van, and they thought it was super sweet, so. So my gas tank, it's actually really sweet, not that my doors are ever locked anyways, but this is actually how you fill up the gas. The door has to be open for it to do it, so in the rare chance that I do have my driver door locked, you cannot siphon my gas, but it is never locked, so siphon away. And I didn't realize that they had to fill up my gas for me, so they like walked over and I was like, hello, I'm here to get gas. And they were like, okay, how much do you want? And I was like, oh, you're gonna fill it for me. I don't have pants on. One moment, please. Because yeah, I have to open the door and then they're like here and I'm there and we're right by each other and not COVID friendly at all. Oh yeah, that's a cool thing. Okay. Speaking of that, it's probably something that has to do with under here. Both my passenger and my driver door have these cute little, that's a bad example. Let's go to the other side. They have these sweet little storage spots. So I just keep like my jumper cables in there. Sometimes I put big dogs in there. You can put your drugs in there. Yeah, it must have been something at some point because there's also this circuit right here that must have controlled some kind of battery, but the battery wasn't in the van when I got it. And I have not been able to figure out what it powers to and how it works, so I just have left it there. So I have 6 gallons under my sink, and then I also carry 12 gallons up here, which works perfectly because it's like a flat bed for Coda. And then when I want Coda to not be in the front seat, I just put them in between the seats, and then Coda is stuck in the back and can't come in the front. He gets really stressed out on like bumpy roads. He does not like bumpy roads at all, and he starts freaking out and jumping around everywhere. Yeah, pretty much all national parks. They can be in the park, but they can't go on most of the trails. I think the only place that I've been to that you could have dogs was, I think it was in Montana, and they had one trail that you could bring the dogs on. But yeah, basically you just can't bring them on the trails. You can bring them to like the picnic areas, but not any of the backpacking trails, which is a huge bummer.
You don't want it.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's solar powered, so I don't have to like use any batteries or anything for it. And it won't turn on right now because it's light outside still, but basically it turns on, and then after so long it kind of like dims down, but then if something like triggers it and walks by it, it gets bright again. I didn't know it was like $4 at grocery outlet, so I was like, that's kind of cool. Like it was nice the other night when we were out here playing games, like it was nice to have some kind of light because we're in Oregon and we can't have fires right now, so. Cool, what does the 2500 mean for the Sprinter? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know anything about anything under here. This is where my oil is. This is how I check it. This is where I put my windshield wiper fluid in. This is my exhaust thing. This is a tube that does important things in the van. It's the V6 turbo diesel, which is the reason that I get such great gas mileage. Stock, when I got the van, I got about 25 miles to the gallon. Now I'm probably closer to like 22, just with everything that I've added to it and all the weight that I've added. All right, thanks for checking out my 2006 Dodge Sprinter T1N, the OG of the Sprinters. If you want to see more pictures or videos or have any questions for me, I'm on Instagram. It is at aimless.amber. Yeah, follow our adventures and subscribe to Tice's YouTube channel. You're welcome. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. You want me to sit with him?
Yeah, and I'll do like that.
Excuse me.
Alright, your name, your year, your van.
Social security number. Can you sit down? Come on, we're gonna be famous. This is our moment.